All right. So we are back and having a discussion here about what to do, right? We have this very wide opening range today, and we also had an extended trend on that 15-minute chart. And when you see that, this is a modified version of Elliott Wave that I programmed into the TrendCloud system. And it's really cool because it's going to tell us, let me open this up. It's going to tell us when the trend has become extended. And you never want to jump into a trade. Like you can see right here, we get another trend cloud signal. All of these worked, right? We have all these working trend cloud signals. Trend becomes extended, turns the candles ice blue, telling you, hey, trail has gone cold, right? You get another trend cloud signal. Maybe you're looking at some kind of demand zone. Don't want to be a part of that because look what happens, right? It goes a little bit more and then you get a deep pullback. Where does the pullback take place? It usually wants to break below the 50 simple moving average, as it did right here. See how the candle went from blue to black? That's telling us that we've recalculated and started a new trend. Now, that's pretty useful information because you want to know, is the trend extended? Yes. Well, then we don't want to continue to buy this right now. It's all about timing. It's all about timing. So it's not the best time to rebuy this thing. We have to wait for the trend to recalculate. And that's what it just did. So now we started a new trend on the 15-minute chart. You always want to get into a trade on a new trend, not on a trend that's been going for a while. How do you make that an objective analysis, right? Well, it kind of looks like it's been going for a while. Not good enough. Not good enough. Make it objective. Count the waves in the trend. One, two, three, four, and then boom, right here, five. Five waves in an average trend. So remember that. Pulls back six, and we have this like failed seventh wave, right? The candles have to close above, the entire candle has to close above the fifth wave in order to paint a seven on there. Okay, just to let you know about the mechanism that's working inside of this thing. So now we have a fresh trend and we are about to break to the upside. Great. Why don't we take this trade? Well, we're going to run into the first ADR checkpoint. That's average daily range. That means that the average distance that the NASDAQ runs is right here. Okay. And all of these are extra, right? These are all extra. So how far is it going to go? Well, the likelihood that it goes to this next one is less than 50%. Okay, it says it right here, 42%. Okay, 42% chance of price going to hit this. And it's got a 23% chance of price going all the way to here to hit this ADR. 12% chance for it to hit here, and so on. 6, 3, and you're just having an amazing day if it does that. But that's why the ADR makes such a great targeting system. This is a fantastic targeting system. It comes with your TrendCloud system. It's what I use and what other TrendCloud members use to read price action. That's basically what this is. This is a price action mapping system, and we have all these really cool tools that we can use to map out the opening range for us, tell us when we have an extended trend, and it's all on one chart. So we just like to make things very visual and useful so that we can make better trading decisions. That's what all of this is about. So I built this stuff for myself and it made me a better day trader. I had a much higher win rate. I was able to maintain my profits, okay, protect my capital and trade defensively. And that's what we like to do. And your win-loss rate is it's not paramount, right? We like to have a high win rate, right? And everybody does. But it's the magnitude of the win and the magnitude of the loss that really makes your month, right? And we've been doing that every single month in the Leap day trading competition, uh, making anywhere from $6,000 to $8,000 in each competition. And last month we finalized in the top 7%, and I'm super proud of that. So what I was trying to do here was something called a bear trap, right? We've got this extended trend. Here's the opening range, but we didn't quite want to take the actual breakout because the first ADR checkpoint is right there. So not a fantastic target. Because look at what that would have been like. Here, let me get rid of this. Here's what that would have looked like. Here's your entry. Okay, let's say we buy 2 contracts. Your stop loss would have to go right here, right? Right below the opening range and below this candle. That's $425 for 2 contracts. And look where your target is. Boop, right there. You're going to risk $425 to make 54 bucks? No way. No way, no how. Okay, so these are all the little things that you have to learn to look for before you take a trade. And that's what TrendCloud helps you accomplish. Okay, so, and we've got a course and video notes and all of the progress from the last day trading competition. All of that's in the membership area. And now we're recording something called The Funded Trader, and that's on YouTube. That's for everybody to see. And it's my journey from joining Topstep, which is a prop trading firm, to becoming a funded trader. And these are the days that we are recording. And it's a whole series on YouTube that you can watch. And this will be day number 8. This is day number 8 of trying to pass the combine, which we will confidently do, right? If we're doing $6,000 to $8,000 in the competition, and that took us, 30 days, 26 days, 30 days, whatever, to do that, we should have no problem hitting our $3,000 profit goal to pass the combine, which is the evaluation process of this particular prop trading firm. And this is the method that we're using to do it. NASDAQ modified version of the opening range breakout using our system. We put all of this through ChatGPT for about a month, and it was a lot of fun. We did it as a group, and we shared our notes and everything, and we came up with a strategy, 68 to 70% accurate, pretty darn cool. Pretty darn cool. And when you follow the method, when you follow the strategy, if you have mixed signals, or if you have an extended trend, or one of the bonus components are opposite of what we want, you get stuff like this. Okay, it's almost 10:30, right? It's 10:20, and still no breakout. We still do not have a breakout. And a lot of people look for the breakout of the opening range on the 5-minute chart. They like to see the 5-minute candle close somewhere outside of the opening range. It has not done that yet. When you have all of your components met for this particular strategy that I'm recording here, and it all happens pre-market, right? Everybody in my group, we go crazy because it's like, oh my gosh, jump in there right now. Get in now, jump the gun. Don't even wait for the breakout because it's so powerful whenever you combine momentum and trend together and they are working in the same direction, build your strategy around that. We like to use the 3-hour chart for momentum, the 1-hour chart for trend and momentum, and then the 15-minute chart or 5-minute chart to actually enter the trade. Now, when you have those components met, and this is all in the video course that I have, if you have all those components met, and maybe some bonus components like a bullish candle that forms the opening range, that's also a nice leading indicator that this thing is going to break to the upside. You put all of those little edges together and you've got yourself a really nice trading system. It works very well, and I'm super happy with it. So if you'd like to check it out, there is a link on the YouTube channel. You can click onto that, and by all means, sign up for the free video course. I go over all the little caveats, all the components, and you can check it out, see if that's something you would like. I think it's a great strategy. There's a lot of people on Topstep that are using the NASDAQ and the opening range breakout on the NASDAQ. I don't know what their method is, but the NASDAQ just trends so nicely, and it gave us the best readings in the strategy on TradingView. We used this right here, strategy tester. We built it in Pine script in the Pine editor, ran it through the strategy tester, and we get 68 to 70% accuracy. And that is the win rate, right? Win rate, amazing profit. Profit factor was over one, and that's what you need. You know, you need to be a large over at least over one, and we've got like 1.7, something like that. You can take a look and see, but a lot of great profit potential, nice win rate. The drawdown was something like 11%, 12%, something like that. That's pretty darn good. We built a pretty darn good strategy, and that's what we're using. So if pretty darn good is good enough for you, well, then you may want to check it out. And the closer, as we use the strategy, the closer that we stick to the strategy, the better we do. And the more we go outside of the strategy, we end up giving profit back. So, for this combine, I'm trying my best, because it's really hard when you see a move, when you put all of your knowledge together and you see a move taking place, it's a matter of risk management at that point, right? You don't want to, if you've made $600 in profit, you don't want to risk that $600, You want to risk, maybe, 1.5% of it, 1%, 1.5%. You don't want to chop yourself up throughout the month and then you end up with nothing, right? So that's the deal. So you can see that we don't quite have a spectacular setup because of this very bearish candle that formed the opening range. It's a very wide opening range. I mean, let me really put it to scale there for you. Look at how wide that opening range is. Very difficult to trade, right? So again, your entry would have to be here, your stop loss would have to be here, and it doesn't make any sense. Now, we were trying to go for this 50% retracement level. And if you look on the 5-minute chart, you can see 50% retracement level is lined up with this little consolidation zone right here. And it's also the previous week's high. That's this red line right here. That is part of our TrendCloud opening range system. Okay. This little guy right here, he draws out the lines for you on the chart, so you don't have to. Pretty darn cool. And it gives you all these super cool levels: previous day's high, previous week's high, previous day's close, previous day's open. And just these are really nice points of entry or interest that you can put into your analysis to help you make a better day trading decision. All right. So we put together a pretty whoop-ass video course and video instruction. And it's also, if you're a beginner, it's also a good course in technical analysis itself. And we're using it and we're making money with it. And it's all documented. Go figure. So I'm recording. This is my first time in a prop trading firm. And I am documenting day one to day whatever without losing any of the firm's money and passing the combine by hitting that $3,000 profit target. So that's it for now, guys. This is going to be a no-go for me, no trade for me on day number 8, because it's just the setup just isn't there for me. Again, extended trend, also very wide opening range. And we've got the ADR checkpoint right here, and I use those as targets. So risk to reward ratio is off, right? So we're not going to take the trade. You want the risk to be small and the reward, to be at least 2 to 1, right? 3 to 1. So the risk is greater than the reward. We don't want to be a part of that. And that's the lesson. That is the lesson of the day that I will leave you guys with. So no trade for me. We'll try again tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. I will see you then.